Alright, so this question is minimum number of tabs to open to water a garden. So you can read over the description, and I'm gonna just explain in my own word. So you're given two value, integer n and also integer array range. So the integer n represent you have the point from 0 all the way to n, and the range integer is going to be represent at this current point. What is the range for this current point to spread the water, right? So this will be what, from 0 to 3 and 0 to -3, right? And then you want to consider what is the minimum number of the tab that should be open to water the whole garden. So what does this mean, right? You can actually think about this. If I open up this tab, right, the top one actually, it's like a virus, right? It's spread out to this tab, even though this tab is 0.1, right? That does not matter, but this one get virus, right? So you will get virus based on the connected, like should be connected tab range interval, something like this. So you want to return the minimum number of the tabs that should be open. Alright, so this is a concept. So let's talk about how we do it, right? So like we can discard a negative value, right? We don't care about it, but we care about a positive value, right? However, we still consider the 0.0 as a like a efficient efficient index, right? So let's look at this. So if I add a 0.0, right, and then I want to find out what is the minimum range I can spread the water in a garden. So my array cannot be negative value, right? So 0 will be the least value in array. So I'm going to just say I'm okay at this current point. My range, the furthest range I could reach is 3, right? For the first point. All right, let's look at the second point. The second point is 1, right? But I actually get virus, I actually goes beyond, goes all above from 0, right? So I can consider my index 0 is also including the current point, furthest point. So it's going to be from 1 plus 4 equal to 5, right? And then come over here, this guy, the second position, sorry, 2 position, which is third index. So third index will be what? At this value, at this range 1, the furthest point I could reach is 3, right? And come back over here, and then this will be what? 2 will be 4. So this will be like a range, like a coverage, right? So I will say coverage. There's a coverage array. I'm going to say 5, 3, 4, and then remaining are supposed to be 0, like they are not doing anything, right? Alright, so if I have a coverage array, I can also traverse. I can traverse that my entire scenario, right? So how many tab I should open? So let me erase. So once I have a coverage array, okay, I'm going to traverse. I'm starting from the beginning. I'm also starting from the beginning of my coverage index. So it's going to be index for coverage. I also want to record that what is my current n. So current n, and also what is the furthest point I could hit for my range. So if those two are the same, right, and then it's not at the last position, you want to know, okay, they are not updating based on my traversal. So I will just return -1 if they cannot be water, right? So this will be pretty much the idea. So let's talk about the solution right now. So I'm gonna say near coverage from new in from from 0 to n, right? So it's going to be n+1, and I'm going to just use my trick. So it's going to be I less than range dot length and I plus plus, and then I need to find out my the minimum index, right? So min index is going to be max dot min. Max dot max is either 0 or the subtraction, right? So it's going to be I minus range in I, right? So I'll update my current range in min index with the greatest value. The greatest value represent what? I plus range in I, but also the value itself, right? So once you traverse all of the range, you update this guy, and what we need is we need to know the current n equals 0, and also the index for the coverage, and also the how many tab you need to open. This represents result, and how many the point destination. So it's going to be furthest point destination equal to 0. So while my index is less than the coverage dot length, right? And also my current n. So my current n is less than the n. So if my current n reach the last value, which is going to be n, then I will break out the value. I will return my count, which is going to be result. So I'm going to just open one my tab, so it can be like this: I less than the index less than coverage dot length, and also my current position is going to be index is less than or equal to the current n. I'll update my furthest point. So point destination equal to max is either this one or the coverage, right? And I need to increment my index. Alright, so look at this. So I actually traverse my first point, index 0 for my coverage, to see do I actually satisfy this constraint. And then my index is what? Is 0 right here, but I'll increment for the next iteration, and then this become 1, and the current n was 0, right? So I will have to make sure does my current n equal to the point destination. So what does it mean? It means that you're not updating, right? My current point destination based on the next coverage is still going to be the same. So you want to return -1 right here. Else you want to update my current n equal to what? The point destination. So this will get updating for sure, and yeah, pretty much it. So I think you can increment your count at either position, but I don't really care how to do it. And let me run it. Yeah. So let's talk about time and space. This is a space, this is space. This is all of n, constant for this one. Worst case is going to be all of n. This is time, all of n, and this is also the time. So I would say index for the coverage index is going to be all of n, and then once you traverse, you actually increment your index based on the coverage, and there's no other pointer to traverse, right? So when you are in this value, inside this value, they are moving the same index, so it's going to be all of n for the worst case, right? So time and space are the same. So yeah, it just gets a little bit tricky to think about the solution, but if you have any question, leave a comment, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.